Hello? Okay, I might be streaming now, hopefully. So I'll try to test some malware that I've looked up online. So in this case, I'll try to go with Monopoly virus in this case, or it's a worm. So just give me a minute check. God damn it. Why the hell everything just freezes for a point? Let me check still for about some few details at least. So I can actually figure out what I'm doing. I'll just open up Retrozilla in this case. And go to the actual page with some details. Oh, come on. Does them certificates now have to know me? Okay, so in this case, I'll try to test Monopoly, which is a Visual Basic form, which is notable for displaying a parody Monopoly board with a picture of Bill Gates, basically this one. So in here, as far as it says, here goes in this way. So the email, it arrives in an email attachment named monopoly.vbs. When executed, it creates a file monopoly.jpg in the temporary folder, as well as a monopoly.wsh and monopoly.vb. The VB is executed from wish file, and it contains an encrypted Visual Basic script file. It displays that the message Bill Gates is guilty of Monopoly. Here's proof. And then opens Internet Explorer to the Monopoly JPEG file. It's an image of Bill Gates in the center of a parody Monopoly board with things related to Microsoft in place of some board spaces. Monopoly searches Outlook for email addresses and sends an email message with itself attached. It also sends emails to the following email addresses containing information about the infected computers: monopoly@mixmail.com, tel.com, uca.com, usa.net, and gnw.gmail.com. The information sent includes the username and organization, the PC network name, the region, country, the area code, the system language, version of Windows, and the Internet Explorer homepage. Monopoly creates a local machine register key on the software Outlook.monopoly, which is set to true to avoid infecting the same email address more than once. There are at least 3 variants. So all 3 in here at least. I might as well just rename this one with A. Okay. And now we might as well check it out. So let's try to rename everything to VBS. Now we also need to check the email in the email. Not sure what I've set up in this case. Let me check for a bit. So for the account, that should be mine. And now I should check for email addresses. Let me check for the contacts. So that should at least send to Jane or John. Hey, hey, Virginis, thanks for for joining. Yeah, I'm still trying to make some stuff, even though this time is more improvised and basically it might be even worse than usual. Because now you can actually see how I'm actually doing it live, and that's usually even worse than usual. Let me go back to Outlook and see if I can actually send anything, or even open Outlook Express to see if anything is going to change or not. We might go with A. Okay, that's already broken. Now this one should work. And we get actual image of Monopoly. Now this is opened in different view because it's default associated program. Yeah, let me just zoom this for a bit. So it's just a picture of Bill Gates with basic Monopoly layout, with some minor exception to Windows packages in actual Windows logos from on left and right side. Nothing more. But now I have to see if this is going to actually being sent, and in here apparently it is. So this should be the mail that's reported to those Monopoly mail email addresses. So Outlook Monopoly coming from me. So the time is technically more or less midnight. Well, basically the clock in here is not synced to my actual time, which is like 7:25 p.m. more or less. The date technically 1st of January 2020. Yeah, not in sync still. Organization, it's all from the system properties. Then the network computer name, that can be also checked from the network neighborhood. So it's in the workspace, and yeah, that should be this computer. DVD region 2, even though I don't think I have an actual drive, an actual DVD drive in this case, so I have no idea how this extracted. Now for the country code and the area code, I assume that's actually fetched from dial-up, from telephone in this case. So from here you can actually pick the country and then the area code, and in here you actually can also pick up the I would say international line number. I already forgot. What is it? Yeah, country code and area code, my mistake. So that's where it actually gets that info. Well, it should, at least. Now for the language, apparently it doesn't know which language. Windows version is Windows 98 with second edition version number, and Internet Explorer start page is basically blank, and in address boot there's at least Jane and John, as you have seen. Now let's check this one. So basically this is the mail that's supposed to be sent blindly to Jane and John, as you can see with BCC. That's like blind carbon copy. So we might as well send that without same changes. Now this might actually fail, I think, but let me just fix something, just to avoid some trouble. Now let's see if we can actually send, or did it actually send at all? I have a feeling that it don't want to even send. It's all only stuck in the outbox. Let me check if I can actually switch the account from here. I might as well create a new account. Oh, I actually have to remember the password. Let's see if this is it. I think it's see if I can actually. I can actually switch in this case. Yeah, now I have to actually remember the goddamn password, and I actually cannot remember it at this point. Because that's... I'm supposed to actually get the mail, but how the hell do I actually now remember the goddamn password? I even don't even remember it. Let's see what I was actually looking for. Yeah, for the accounts. What was it then? Okay, I got it. The password is example at least. But apparently here it's not sending anything. But I'll have to just change this for a bit. Let me just remove this. No, let's change the identity at least. Should actually switch like that. And then add the actual account. So no new messages still, and okay, now it's actually managed to send a mail. And if I actually now check in here, we get the mail with the Bill Gates joke, and then we can actually also open it again. And then full cycle again with sending the messages most likely. Even though for now it's most likely not even working anymore, because if you remember, it actually adds a register key that checks if it's actually infected or not. So that should be at least for Monopoly. But I'll probably have to also add I'll probably also have to check out the option for sending this, because I don't have any accounts that I can actually send this to at this point. So I'll have to probably set up later. Okay, so that was the variant B. So if I try variant C, it's the same thing, but there might be some difference. Even though once and then again it won't actually launch. So let me check if I can. What's the difference for this one at least? Okay, that looks like what was it? Hungarian. Or wait, no. I mean, it looks like Hungarian, but let me just check with translator. Not sure if actually I can actually use Google Translate over here. Let me see. Go on. Okay, that looks terrifying. What? Just get translator at least. Oh, this web actually went worse for now. Okay, reject all. and it's most likely broken. I cannot actually try it in here, or yeah, that's apparently not working from here. Okay, let me check if let me check in actual browser. Oh. Hold on a sec. Let me just switch the window for a moment. So, it's Hungarian. Outlook monopoly from Argentina. VBS1 using Outlook, which sends information about who is running the file. Download monopoly.jpg in the temporary folder. If your computer has VBS script 5 or higher, place the files monopoly wish and monopoly.vb in the same place. Then he says, so does Bill Gates guilty of monopoly? Here's the proof, and shows the picture of Bill Gates' face in it, and it can be seen in a Monopoly game. Here if you can find VBS 5 or lower, run the wish file, which starts the VB encoded VB script file. There's a need for wish file because on the Windows 98 VB extension was supported if Internet Explorer 5 was installed, but it's not maintained. Then this shortcut needs 1000. It's kind of messed translation, but you can kind of figure it out. It's more or less like explained from the description on Virus Encyclopedia. So it's basically just that. Can go back to the virtual machine. I should go or close this. I might as well, oh gee, I might as well delay this because wait, there's a minor difference in here. Let me check if that's still available. Where the hell is this now? Oh, kind of, I already closed it. Okay, so in here there are only differences between versions. So basically this should be version 1, 1.1 and 1.2 at least. So minor bug in the binary file function. Binary function for saving binary files. And then there's the code in this case. Let me just switch back. Check the rest of this. Okay, I'll just remove this to make sure that it actually works. It should work by now. Or it's not working at all. Let me check if I can actually compare it with B and C. Okay, so basically the description that was actually mentioned in before, I assume that was for explaining that this is actually the code. This is basically decoded. So you will actually need to decode all this. I don't remember what was it. What did it say? So that's encoded VB part of the shared version. So let's see. So let me check. Let me just check this first. So it creates a shell object, reads the monopoly. If it's valid, then if it's false, then proceed. Get Outlook. Get for mail API. Then check the email and email addresses, I think. So if it's more than 0, actually not 0, then for each, hold on a sec. For each address entry, apply the address to BCC to blind carbon copy. Otherwise, if it's the first one, apply just the first email address, and if it's not, then apply whatever it is already in blind carbon copy list, and then append one more. Then the subject, Bill Gates joke, then the body. Now I attach the actual copy of the worm. Delete after submit. Not sure about this one still. Okay, maybe it should actually drop the file and then delete it after it's done. Then it goes to send. Let me just check this one first. So that's the end of the condition. Now for the H, hold on a sec. So this creates a item, not sure which one in this case. Yeah, so okay, so this is actually, hold on. Oh yeah, so this is actually the mail object still. To create a new email, send it to these email addresses. Check the registered donor. So that's basically, hold on a sec, let me open Outlook again for this. So registered donor should be this name. Then for the subject, Outlook monopoly coming from name of the owner. Hold on a sec, let me set it up this way, I think. Oof, that's too much. I wasn't actually quite ready for this. I was mostly outside for the whole day, mostly working the whole week, and then just come back and end up taking a break from everything outside. No, taking a break from the inside out. Okay, back to this. So information, time. How do I actually append time? Time, date, but still no. Not sure how it actually adds the date in this case. So is this? I'm not sure if this is actual time or date object, but I cannot include this at this moment. But it might be because it's probably not a string. So date, then the name, which should be this. Then the organization that reads from the registered organization. If I actually try to check the registry, that should match the data in here. Let me check. Local machine, software. Okay, that's Outlook monopoly. Where was I? Software, Microsoft, Windows current version. Then wait. Okay, and now here you should have the registered owner and registered organization. So yeah, that matches in here. Now for the network computer name, it creates a network object and gets the computer name in this case. Now for DVD region, it actually checks for current version, then DVD region here. So basically that's how it actually managed to get the region in this case. That should be two, right? Oh yeah, DVD region here, yeah. Then for telephony, okay, so that's now the country code and area code. That's in telephony. Then locations, location 0, and yeah, the area code and country code from where exactly? Oh yeah, the country in here. So basically that's kind of strange. It actually gets the name, the country code from the country value in here, which is basically the decimal value for the country code. So it doesn't actually get the number from here, but it actually gets the number from here. And that actually applies that all of those entries have a specific value. Hey QWERTY. Okay, now for the language. We had actually the problem where the language was not actually displayed, and that's why, because it actually goes to this passage. Let me just see if we can actually let's see if we can actually just speed up with this by, oh, god damn it. I can actually just find it like this. Come back for a bit. So it should be in current user software, Microsoft Internet Explorer, International Accept Language, and apparently it doesn't exist, I think. Let me just save it from here. Current user software, Microsoft Internet Explorer. Wait. Explorer. Oh wait, that's local machine, not current user. Internet Explorer, International, Accept Language, and that's where everything is missing. So assume that should be from Internet options and then the languages in here. Assume that's the only thing in here, but let me see if we can actually add something. Okay, no. Let me try adding some other language. Hold on, let me just put English, United States, and move it up. Let's see if that's going to work. Or okay, so that actually should now get the accept language value. And what's next? The version number, -98. No, yeah, version is -98. back in here. Version number, and then the start page from Internet Explorer. That should be main, and then the main page. Where is it? That's the local page. Yeah, the start page. So that matches everything in here. Then get the all email addresses from the beginning. All of that, and let's see. So yeah, let's add in the name and the address, and what's this? Profiles directory should be what exactly in here? Okay, the profiles, yeah. And if ICQ exists, then for each file in folder, the path to ICQ win, and the name is actually win, and then an attachment. Okay, that the last one is odd a bit. So assuming if I actually try to go with ICQ, it's supposed to like get the numbers from ICQ client and then attach them. In this case, and then finally write it down, send, and oh yeah, so delete after submit. So that should actually like imply that if I try to send the email, it should actually just delete itself. Alright, let's try clearing the monopoly value first and retry this thing again. And I forgot that this is basically just clean file. Yeah, this should be again sent, even though I don't know why the hell it's not actually sending again. Well, let me try it again to refresh. Delete. Now try again and see if it's going to actually send. So nothing. Check the mail in here. Send. Oh. What just happened now? Oh, it managed to send. Oh yeah, so apparently delete after submit seems to actually delete the mail from sent items in this case. So only the unsent messages are still staying in here, as far as I'm aware. Now for this, both of those, let's see. Is this literally all encoded or? Yeah, it is. Let's see if we can actually figure it out maybe at some point. Get object, wait text file, message box. Okay, so So I'm supposed to like to try to convert this, but I have to figure it out still how. That's gonna be a mess. Maybe I'll try it some other time, a bit later. But for now, we managed to at least try out the Monopoly worm. And if possible, I'll try to make a video of it later. I mean, I'll try to like explain it in a bit shorter way, at least. Okay, let me go back and see what else we can check. Okay, the next sample that I actually have in this case should be the coconut. I think it's a worm. I think, but even though it says like it's a virus, but it's apparently a worm. Now this, I'm not sure if this is actually going to even work, because this says that it's actually on Windows with .NET, and not sure if that's still going to work on 98. But I might as well try, or at least try installing .NET at this point. So apparently in here, the coconut is a worm with a viral component that has computer users play a shy game in order to not have their files infected. The player must throw a coconut at the head of Belgian hacker Frans de Weer and Soho's security expert Graham Cooley. The more the coconut hits them, the less files it infects. The coconut is one of a few viruses that Belgian hacker Gigabyte has created in the field between her and Graham Cooley. Like Sharp, it requires the .NET platform. It doesn't exist in the wild. It should arrive in an email that should look like something like this. The coconut game this made me feel like I was on a vacation with attached file coconut.txt. Then it can actually execute on the computer with .NET installed. And it's executed, it will drop temporary files and mail.vbs file in the C drive root directory. The VBS file mails the worm to everyone in the address book. Then displays a shy game of photos of a coconut. This should be a video, but it's not actually playable because it's old browser. Go back. Yeah, you might be right about that. She was a teenage woman at that point and a member of 29A wise group. But just to take note that I'm still not fully actually able to remember everything. I did actually try one of her worms called Parrot, which also was also involved with Graham Cooley in this case. So I'm gonna also check her entry in here if possible. So she's a virus coder from Belgium, known for few virus worm. I mean, she is a female virus worm writer. Sorry, but none of them made it in the wild. So let's see. So this is the coconut one, but I actually tried Parrot before. Because basically this one, yeah, along with the Parrot actually is trying to say this in voice. Sorry if I'm actually not being precise at this point, because this is all going blindly at this point. Now for the infection, let me check. Okay, let's see if I can actually try to run this thing first. This should be it. I mean, the actual name is Coconut, at least by Kaspersky Allies. Wait, why the hell it's not? Yeah. That should be exe. And let's see if you can actually run it. Just give me a moment. Okay, we actually got the Coconut game. So yeah, Franz the Beer, aka Red Attack, and Graham Cooley. So if I try to throw the coconut, I missed, no points. Again, got hit, managed to hit Graham Cooley, 2 points. Franz the Beer, 1 point, so 3 points. Then, therefore, I got 3 infected files on the computer. And then if I actually want to run these files, then I have to play this game again. Have a nice day. So hold on a sec. Even though in here it says like Metaface VX team, what was actually... Was she actually on 29 AM at that time, or it's the same? Actually, I cannot remember. I cannot actually remember anything at this point. It's insane. So what's host copy? Wait, so why the hell that's actually in here? I have no idea. So once again, missed, hit, missed, and now 5 files. But what the hell is this thing dropped in here? I could try to go in here. Oh, so basically that's infected. So yeah, basically in here, any program now that actually has this icon basically is infected with coconut worm, but technically virus in this case. God damn it, timeout. Let me check if there's still in mail in here or not. Well, that's the Bill Gates. Now the Outlook. Oh yeah, there it is, the Coconut game. So that's the mail. This game made me feel like I was on a vacation. Now send it. It should send. And we should get the mail in here. So that's the Coconut game again. And open it again. Yeah, just go for it. 5 points and 1 infected. So if I actually manage to keep myself not infected, I will actually have to hit Graham Kill at least 3 times in a row. So that's kind of impossible. So I do not actually know where the hell it's actually now those files are actually placed, because somehow this host copy file, which is the actual original file, wait a sec. That's strange. So now it says like it's like the WJView in here, but this is basically something else. Hold on. Oh. So I'm not sure if it's actually like a bug or not, if it actually drops like the copy in here, the original file, and everything else like wrecked. Let me just go back to this and see if I can actually open this up. Okay, so we actually saw the game in this case. So game with photos of a coconut. Let me just open it once again so we can actually see it. So yeah, the coconut, Franz and Graham Cooley. On the bottom left, vertically on the right, one on the top center to throw. Oh, and you can actually resize, but nothing else actually manages to. Everything else like stays in this case. Oh gee. Light the top of the center, throw, treat chances. Kill once, twice, and once more. And got affected one more file. Oof. Chances 2, 1. As many files as the number of points missed, all the 6 possible. After the game is finished, the text box appears telling this how many points they have received and how many files were infected. When infected new file, it copies the file to be infected to the directory the virus form was executed from, and names it hostcopy.txt. Then it overwrites that file in the original location, and then appends the copied host copy.txt to itself. The coordinate has byte value of 1 of 3, toasted with chill. It will avoid infecting files with this value. Let me see that for a bit. So which one? Let me check in here. So 1, 2. So yeah, that's the byte value of 103, as it says in here, the decimal value. So yeah, that's the only indicator of the file being actually infected, or can actually try to change the other file and not to get infected at this point. Yeah, to prevent actual double infections in this case. And if that file is executed, the coconut has the user play the game again. It extracts the original program that to the Windows temporary folder as temp.exe and runs it. Then it will try to delete the file when the program is finished running, but the virus will continue to run in memory. So if this is actually running still in memory, let me check. It should be from here visible. Yeah, the virus is still running in here, so it's still active. Is it even possible to recover the file at this point? Let me see. So which one is this? So this Windows 98. The mail.vbs, what's this? Yeah, so this is actually that should be the VBS file that was mentioned before, right? I have no idea what happened to the gigabyte after 29A broke up. So she didn't like return at all, or it's maybe like under another identity maybe. But at this point I have no clue. I didn't actually research a lot. I think I actually maybe saw one of the interviews with her somewhere. I'll probably have to dig it up somewhere. Yeah, dig it up maybe, if you can. Let's see. Okay, let me check about her still. So she lives, I assume, might be still living or not, in Melkheim, Belgium, outside of Brussels. She began programming on Commodore 6 on her uncle's Commodore 64 when she was 6 years old, and began writing viruses as a member of the Metaphase VX team as a hobby when she was 14. Her first virus took over the shutdown screens of the infected user. She went to a religious school that no longer taught religion, but according to Gigabyte, had good computer classes. Her teacher was impressed with her programming skills, but did not approve of her voice writing. Although the teacher did not approve of her voice writing, Gigabyte had more or less friendly relationship with the teacher. Over time, Gigabyte gained a great deal of respect in the voice exchange community and was even an inspiration to others. Some wrote tributes to her in their voices and forums. One named Trilisa contains the text Echo and Admiración de Gigabyte, but that one doesn't exist in this case. I mean, the page doesn't exist for it. A VBS worm named Charlotte, sometimes also known as Notsky, contains the text, "Just like to show my support to Gigabyte, whose work has inspired many to create bigger and better projects. Thanks." It is also sometimes mistakenly reported that these were written in response to her arrest, but they are both from 2002. So it shows she had strong admiration for a significant amount of time. So she was actually arrested by Belgian authorities on 2004, which was so February 9th of February 2004, on 11 counts of Belgian data sabotage law from 2000. 5 of her computers were confiscated and her website was shut down. She could have faced a prison sentence of 3 months to 3 years and a fine of 100,000 euros. In most countries, it is illegal to spread viruses, but not simply to create them. As Gigabyte had never deliberately spread the viruses, there will be no case against her. No charges were pressed, as nothing she could ever cause damage. Okay, I'm kinda reluctant saying that no damage was caused. Basically, it doesn't cause the damage like actually deleting something, but it can actually cause a minor mess, like in here. I mean, everything still kinda can work, but it can still end up like you're still kind of modifying the actual files. So let me see if I can actually just recover this for a bit. Throw hit 1, hit 2, and okay. Now as this is open, now it should be actually able to get to the temporary folder. And apparently, wait a sec, where the hell is this even running? It's running in Windows temp. Ah, gee. Should be still somewhere, right? Apparently it actually manages to delete the file even though it's still there. So that's kind of difficult to actually extract at this point. Yeah, it's already not found, so not much I can actually do at this point. But back in the temp folder I actually managed to find the Monopoly file. The VBA file, let's see this. So I assume that's like encoded. Not sure what exactly. And then this host settings file. Let's see. Let me check if this can be even opened. Yeah, so that just launches the VB file. And this is the actual encoded file again. So yeah, once again, if I try to run it, 1.1 in 1.3 more. It's gone in here. Wait a second, it's no longer active in here at all. That might apply at least for the original then. So we'll go back in here. Once again, I need to throw the file. That quickly, it actually tries to like to open the file, then terminate itself. Let me try again. I might be able to catch it. So let's try calculator. Go to temp folder and see if we can actually catch Topia or not. Oh, god damn it! I actually forgot that this is not the proper location for the file, because it's actually in temp. It's actually not in here, but in here. Damn it! So it's screwed up again. What? Once again, let me do it. Wait. Oh, god damn it, just copied the damn file. I was actually trying to delete the shortcut, not the actual program. So at this point, this file is deleted, and basically we can actually still try to save the actual original files one by one, even though at this point they would actually need like one computer that's already infected, and then just extract all of those infected copies to the point where you actually have to save them on some separate storage and then restore everything back. It's probably very inconvenient way to recover if it's actually needed. Okay, back to this. Let's see. So she was arrested, then apparently no charges after arrest. She has not called any voices or worms since being arrested. She continued pursuing a degree in applied computer sciences, but had grown tired of programming and decided to focus on networking and security. Before completing her bachelor's degree, she did some of her final work in Vietnam. She graduated in 2006. In 2008, she achieved a master's in industrial sciences. Currently, she works at high school in Brussels as a networking advisor. So apparently she stopped like working on viruses and started working on networking and security, and becoming a networking advisor in a high school in Brussels. If that actually answers the question that you asked about her after breaking up, but I have no idea if MetaFake's voice exchange team is actually like 29A or not. So I still have to check that, or I might be wrong at this point. MetaFake's closures. Okay. So you still mentioned like that she was like in 29A, but at least from here it doesn't look like it. But I'll probably just have to check it out. I'm not sure even at this point. Okay, so her mod. Let me check her motives. So she did code viruses out of curiosity and trying out new programming languages like C# and Loco. So C# was still kind of like in the initial stage, I think, and Loco was kind of still popular even in my school, I think, but I never actually managed to work on that. Not much of luck in my case. Never had any kind of like solid programming in my school at least. Many of her viruses are humorous and include funny quizzes and games. So, like the parrot, and in this case, like the coconut. Yep. Thanks. Hold on. Let me just check something for a bit. Okay. So yeah, she just like made like the, you could actually see it's like some kind of like parody device, I think. Like it's not actually like a virus that that like just like scrubs things up, but the actual virus that's like something like that comes up from how should I say it? I mean, funny enough, like to give some like maybe interaction with the user, but I kind of still like imagine like that this is close to like to those viruses under the quotes from Hackers movie in 90s. It's, I guess, I'm not sure if that's maybe one of the ways that she could be inspired by, but I'm not sure at this point. None of her viruses caused significant damage to the computer's operating system, and one Yahoo sucks even erases certain variants of Yahoo Worm. I think I've seen the Yahoo Worm before, but I never actually tried it, I think. But I actually haven't seen Yahoo sucks, so I'll probably have to check that. Let me check if that's even available. Apparently nothing here. I'll probably have to still check the samples. So she was known from being one of the more ethical virus worm coders. She has never released a virus or worm into the wild, although expresses disdain for people who have open email attachments from strange senders, and even new users who do not know better. Like nothing has changed even today, apparently. She believes that the fault is on the user for opening and running the attachment. Because yeah, you should actually know what you're opening, goddammit. In spite of this, Gigabyte has said it is very mean and disrespectful to exploit tragedies like 9/11 and the SARS to get users to open an attachment, as it will make otherwise intelligent users forget good security practices, since the event is important to them and probably coming at a difficult time. So I haven't seen like I don't remember seeing any kind of like malware that still uses the thread like the SARS event. But for 9/11, I will probably assume that that was probably the common thing. Even these days, or even before, any kind of popular event was usually affected by malware at that time. So basically, every like fourth or second year, like for Olympics, and not sure for the tragedy, what kind of tragedy that still happened that was still kind of more or less important. Well, I don't remember at this point. We'll probably see in the future. So while many in the press reported that Gigabyte writes viruses as a feminist statement, she has said that she writes viruses entirely out of curiosity. She believes that while the world should know that not all virus writers are spotty teenage nerds who can't pull, she writes viruses for her own enjoyment and not for the world. In an email sent to Silicon.com, Gigabyte said, writing sharp to fight against sexism, girl power, as if I bother. It's not on me to stand up for females in the computer world. That's something everyone's got to do for themselves. Also, if there were my reasons, I would have mentioned something about sexism in the virus itself, right? Right. So basically, it shouldn't even matter if you're like a guy or girl. You can just like start working on any kind of development and make something at least. It shouldn't even matter. So about the myth that Gigabyte writes viruses as an anti-Microsoft statement and to immerse the company has been reported almost as much as the myth that she wrote them as a feminist statement. Although her website had the text Bill Gates is Satan, and she once described Bill Gates as ugly, this may have been just for humor. Gilbert said that she has nothing against Bill Gates or Microsoft personally, even though she made the monopoly with Bill Gates in the picture, but still nothing against. But does not like her inability to admit to having made mistakes. In addition, Gilbert found no major problems with .NET platform or C#, other than that one can create a virus for that platform in that language, just like any other language or platform. She likes, her favorite language is C++, likes horses, kickboxing and dancing, house and trends for music genre, and she doesn't like computer games. Oh. She at one point owned a pet ferret. In recent years, her interests in animals have turned towards snakes. Her first was a horned snake named Ringo, who passed in 2010, and her current snake is Bora, named Calypso. So basically, this should be the article mentioned about that girl power thing. Should be old still. Yeah, and this should be the Trill Swarm, so we can actually check this one still. Or wait a second. Did I just... no. I mean, it should work. Or maybe it's down again. Come on. Just load the damn thing. Well, in the meantime, let's see what should I have still left for the samples. Okay, I think I have one more. Let me check. Well, this is not going to load at all. Okay, I have no idea. It should load, but for now it's kind of broken. Okay, we'll go to the next one. So in this case, it should be BubbleBoy. So this is a first preview pane infecting email worm. It references a character in the Seinfeld television program. I didn't watch Seinfeld, so I might be out of context already. Okay, so let me see. So it arrives in the email message with the subject BubbleBoy is back, in the body of white text in a black field saying the BubbleBoy incident, pictures and sounds, and a non-existent link. The worm executes as soon as the message is viewed in the preview pane or as the message is opened. It creates the file update.hta in the start menu's startup folder if the computer is running the English or Spanish versions of Windows. It stops running and does nothing more until the computer is restarted. When the computer is restarted, update.hta is executed. It changes the owner of the computer to BubbleBoy and the organization to Vandelay Industries. It opens Outlook through ActiveX and mails itself to everyone in the address box. To ensure that it only emails itself once, the worm creates a register key Outlook.BubbleBoy with a value set to Outlook BubbleBoy 1.0 by Zulu and will not mass mail if it finds this key. It then shows a message box telling the user to delete update.hta from the startup folder. There are a few variants, but we might as well actually try to run it. Okay, and this actually managed to load, but let's go back for actually running the malware itself, and hoping that the coconut won't actually break something at this point. Let me just drop the sample. It's in here. Let's open it up first. Oh gee. Wait, is that actual VBS? I mean, hold on a sec. Let me check the sample still. So it's in plain and effective email form, Visual Basic script. So it should be still the VBS itself. Wait, this MSFT. I think that's actually the HTML. No, the HTML application. So I think I'm in the wrong format for this sample. So let's try HTA at this point. Hopefully it might work, but let me check the Outlook. See if anything is going to send. Okay. So yeah, system error, delete update.hta from the starter folder to solve this problem. And then if it does it actually do anything, actually let me remove this. So does it annoy? Oh, it actually managed to send something. Oh. So yeah, so as you can see, the BubbleBoy is back, the BubbleBoy incident, pictures and sounds, and then goes to towns.com, dorms.com, BubbleBoy. So at this point, Outlook Express has actually stopped the worm, as far as I assume. So it won't actually run the actual worm because the controls in here are disabled. So if I check the options in here and then go to for security, apparently in here it still kind of seems like it's less secure but more functional, but this depends on the security zone that's used. So it's the internet zone. So if I check in the properties in here, let's see if that's actually supposed to run or not. So let me try to open again. So active access control. So I'm still, so it should still ask for controls to download, not allowing the signed ones. So in this case, it won't actually run the actual worm because initializing and script ActiveX controls that are not marked as safe are disabled. So if I try to prompt this, I should be a prompt to actually allow it, like now. So I'll say no, go back again. So yeah. So if I try to enable it again, it should actually run the worm again. And apparently it did. But it actually doesn't do anything at this point because of the registry value that was added in here. Wait, no, not that one, this one. Let me check the registry again. The registry, damn it. So it should be the Outlook BubbleBoy 1.1 by Zulu, but this is Monopoly. Is this the same thing though? Let me check for a bit. So what? It was Monopoly. Yeah, it's from the same creator at this point. Alright then. Let's see what else we can do. So I have no idea if it's impossible to send back. No, it's probably not. Yeah, I'll probably have to try to send it back at this point. Let's do that specifically. So we'll disable first. Now we need to forward. Well, I don't know if forwarding will actually work at this point, because that's actually appending the message. But let's try. So if I try to send this back, let's see. Will it do the same thing? Yeah, it should do the same thing at this point. So let's try to extract the mail from here. If we can actually do that, maybe. Okay, so this should be the actual mail. Let me just open it in Notepad at least. Okay, go back in here. So it's received from the server, and here mail data still. Let me just check this. I can actually open another Notepad maybe. Come on. So MSFT. What was that actually? Okay, I have no idea what this file type should be, so I'll just assume it's like HTML application, because this is kind of still difficult to figure out at this point. But in here we can see this part, so this is still HTML link, and then the class, which is which should be should actually mention the script point. And yeah, and this should now change the registration and the ownership. So two objects that I assume don't exist, or I don't know. Then the script language. So from here, it will try to drop the file startup update.hta. So that should be in here. So basically this thing. Is this the same though? Kind of the same. So it's still same worm in here. So that's the actual destination for the file. Then it appends basically everything from the file. Oh gee, how much of the file is in here? Let's see. Code. So that's showing now the whole script in here. And then write, then the body, and that's it. So I'll have to try actually to decode this to actually figure out how the damn thing works at this point. So basically the same like with Monopoly. Just for an example again, I'll delete the BubbleBoy entry in here, and we try actually opening this from here. So now it should actually send a message, or it doesn't. Okay, so it doesn't at this point. Let me see if I can actually decode this properly, at least the Monopoly one. So this one is already done. So this one. Phew. I'm not sure if we can actually use something else for development. Let's see. Not sure if Visual Studio might actually even work with this. Kind of might be stupid idea, but let's see. Might as well at least try. Wait, so this for project files. Can actually add a file. And so this is basically for script apparently. But screw it. Let's see if anything is going to happen or not. Oh gee. So it couldn't actually even add that. Oh well. There's a lot of text in here. So how should I do this? So it's basically just being here. So if I try just doing this maybe in it's can actually should be, so that's just the function. Oh. Is this one going to work? Okay, let's see if we can actually decode this a bit differently. So this should be scripting file system object. Hold on. Hold on a sec. Let me see if we can actually. How did we actually copy this? I know there's some kind of like minor trick to actually copy this. Let me check for a bit. I'm still trying to look for a way to actually copy the window. I mean, it should be just like Control C and then Control V. That's it. Is there any other tool to maybe? Let's see. Maybe I have something in here. What was it? Okay, this might actually be useful for at this point. So this is the second value. Let's see what's next. Okay, I think I'll kind of end up screwing this up. So basically, so I'll just keep that in here maybe. That should be this, right? Well, I assume. Not sure how it will go now. Oh gee. Wait a sec. Okay, this is kind of unpractical. So I'll have to find a way to actually write it down in a file. But I'm still kind of not experienced enough for this thing. Actually, you know what? Let's see if this will work. One sec. Let's see. And then let's see. Is this actually going to work? Oops. Okay, so I'm still suck at coding this. Okay, let me just check the original one. Please object, is there anything for saving the files at least? Yeah, nothing much in here. What is the actual problem? Oh, God. Line 3, 78. Line 3. Oh, I think I know what's the problem. Or I think I actually fucked up even more. Let me just copy this and go with C variant, as I already fucked up the B variant at this point. $25.78. Yeah, there's no even. I mean, this notepad doesn't even have the status bar at this point, so let me use something else, which I get it will be easier to work with. It should even have the syntax, so it shouldn't be easier, maybe. Okay, so let's see. So create the text file, build path, and special folder, then file, sure. So is this even enough? Maybe first. Yeah, no. Okay, so I'm probably wrong at this point. So let's do it like this. Yeah, I need to check the B variant quickly. Okay, let's see if this will work maybe. Still nothing. Line 3. Oh, wait, that's the B. 26, 77. 77. Oh, god damn it. It's not under quotes. Already having development issues like this, even at work. It's the same story. What now? Just single bracket again. assume it might be okay or not. I don't know. Wait, let's see. I need to check the message box still, if it's actually doing anything or not. Wait, did I actually delete that? Ah, damn it. Let's see, just message box B. Let's see if it's going to run or not. Okay, it's still going, it goes. Okay, so now I should be able to write B. Now I only need to find the file. Oh, God damn it, search. Just go with the whole drive. I mean, there are probably easy ways for decoding this, but at this point I'm trying to go kind of blindly, completely. And okay, so it doesn't exist at all, or I mean, I did try to create the file, build it, and then it should actually write. I'm not sure if, but I might be wrong with the script. I need to check the script, so if they're actually correct or not. I don't know if there are any resources for that. So visual script. Okay, there are some guides in here. Alright then, so it should be file system object, so that's okay. Create object, then open text file. Yeah, let's try this way then. Create object, then open text file. I'll just go with c.txt, and this should be in append mode, so it's 8, and then create true or false. Let's see if this is still possible to do or not. Is there any file in here? Nope. Ah, damn it. Not the new folder, but the file. Wait a sec. I think I didn't even manage to close it. So this is it, or something still missing. God damn it! I still really suck at all the scripts. Is this even valid? Oops. Alright then, I'm completely busted at this point. Oh, the wrong file, damn it. Let me just open some file and see just if this is actually even working or not. So let's just write test, then save it as BBS and see if we can actually run it. Terminate string constant. Oh, damn it. Is this in... Oh, so much of trouble with just writing stuff. Huh? 5, 1. Oh, damn it. Am I actually able to even to append anything or not? Let's see if we can actually just apply writing then. Is it going to work now? Ah, gee. So do you have to open the text file? It should actually write something. But apparently it doesn't do anything. Or I'm kind of blind in here. Ah. So what am I actually doing wrong? So create the object. Create the object, write, close, and that should be it. Might as well try. Might as well just get a bit more proper, maybe. But still, that shouldn't make any difference. So that was just a file. It cannot be just that. Okay, let me check if something's still working or not. What was it? Try just this. No. Wait a sec. Alright, I already give up. It doesn't get any much easier than this at this point. Okay, so we got the Monopoly, we got the BubbleBoy, we got the coconut wires demonstrated more or less. But for now, oh gee, now another crash. Let me check if I can actually just do something more quickly, or that's it. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for now. I'll probably still try to do something else, maybe, but I also need to go. I need to also take a break at this point. So yeah, thanks if you were still kind of watching the stream, or going to watch it maybe in the future. I don't know. So yeah, I'll try. So yeah, just a note. So I also try making maybe a few more streams, developing other stuff that I was working on, or do some other things. I'm still kind of like streaming on Twitch and YouTube, so whoever actually is on YouTube or Twitch, I'll try to interact with both of users in there. But for now, as there's not much of things that were discussed, I'll still try to train myself to get maybe a bit more, to still try to improve myself at this point. So not sure how should I say it, but I mean that should also involve like trying to develop something with Visual C, not maybe Visual C++ or Visual Basic, but maybe with Visual J++. But that's still kind of in the future. But now, so now I managed to get a record with coconuts. 6 more files. Oh, and the calculator kicks in. So how many of those are actually infected? Are they? Do they have any change? Yeah, they should have a change. So let me just check how many of them were actually infected with modified date between today and today. Okay, let me just apply that for applications. Is that even much? Should there something be more, or let's see. Let's see. Start like this. Oh, come on. So pizza, coconut problem, and keyboard dialer calculator. Everything else looks okay. So does this actually only infect only the files in Windows folder maybe? Let's see. Just keep going. 4 files. Still slowly infecting everything in here. But I'm not sure if anything else is still affected. Let me check again on their website, see more about this. So it was the coconut. Come on. It's in Facebook, blah blah. Wait. Files infected. How is the file to the directory where it's executed from? My name is copying exe, or writes the file in the original location. So it doesn't actually say that the virus will infect other parts, so something like this. So if I try to like copy it in here, it'll actually infect the files like this, or place 2 files and what? So apparently it just goes with Windows folder. Maybe I'll have to check the source code if I can actually extract it in the future. So maybe that's one of the things that I can do. But in the meantime, let's see if I can actually try to run everything. Well, basically most of the files in here. Oops. Whoops. I wasn't expecting a bit of overload like this, but oof. Wait, what's this? TMP where? Ah, damn it, I cannot even open it. Ah, gee. Okay, go back. So it's still. So let me check the code in here. So this should throw an exception, because the file tmp.where.tmp.where.exe is being used by another process, but it's not listed in here. Let's see. So it's a formal, so that's on formal load. Oh, crash. Okay. 5 files and crash. Hello? Come on, 0, 0. Wait, how many points is going here now? Okay, so the coconut game just broke. I keep trying and just racking up the points for the coconut game. This makes it kind of a bit more easier though. And it never stops. So if I try, yeah, it crashes and then you can just keep throwing the coconuts. Who would actually expect that? Okay, go back to this. So let's see if how much of those can be actually infected. 0. 4 files, 2 points. Oh, it's being used by another process. Oh, that's the one that's actually crashed. So these games actually managed to get screwed up, so they'll keep working. Was this, and this. Oof, this one actually is frozen, maybe. Yeah, this one is frozen. 1.1, 2 files and a crash. So that one goes in here. Close this. Quit. One more. 0, 2, 1. 3 points and a crash. So it's not quite stable if you try to run all programs at once like that. No. Close this, close that, close. Nah. Oh, damn it, I closed the wrong one. Come back in here. A few more. Calm down. Whatever is this it? Wait a sec. What is this then? Console agent only. So nothing special, I think. Can you close? Okay. Okay, let's try again and see. 3 points, 3 files. So it ran something. 1. Ah, 4 files. Still no 6 points, I think. 0, 1, 2, 3 files, 3 points. That's the FTP. So it's actually trying to launch the file, but in some cases you can actually see that it's actually was part of the infected program. 2, 0, 4 files infected. That was the phone dialer. 0, 2, 4 points, 2 files, try converter. 1, 0, 1.5 files. Did that actually try to launch the coconut game or it's launching something else? Well, that one is frozen. 0 points, 1 point, 2 points, 3 files. That's the clipboard viewer. So we actually just with a copy of the whole Monopoly thing. 1 point, 2 points, 2 points, 5 points, 1 file. 1 point, 0 points, 1 point, 2 points for cleanup. Let's see if we can actually clean up something. Yeah, not much. 2, 0, 1, 3 points, 3 files, calculator. And 4 points, 2 files, and that's pretty much it. So if we check now, by this point, apparently it's just infects files in Windows folder. Everything else apparently looks safe. So I'm not sure what's about that. Oh, and a crash. Once more. And these four will actually keep going all the time. So you can still stack up the points at this point. Wait, not 4, 5. Alright then. I think that's going to be pretty much enough for now for the stream. So yeah, I'll try to make some additional streams if possible during the week. I mean, just do the casual stuff. So it's not actually not actually needed to like not to actually like join and just watch it. I'll try maybe just streaming like myself developing something, as I said, or trying out some other things, or just browsing the web. That depends on the situation, maybe if I'm actually motivated or not. So yeah, thanks for being in here, watching. Maybe in the future I'll still have to like find a way to actually demonstrate at least maybe Monopoly or BubbleBoy or maybe Conot. I think this one should be the easiest one to actually demonstrate as a video in the future. So I'll try that maybe. So yeah, thanks for staying here, and for now, enjoy. Oh, god damn it! Can I actually get now the desktop settings, or god damn it! So that's actually now broken. I cannot actually now open display settings because this damn thing has actually managed to break the settings in here. Wait, this applies to everything. Ah, damn it. Well, and there goes all of the control away for me. So I might as well just like let it play something what I did in the beginning. Okay. So yeah, thanks again for watching, and see you in the future maybe. Just give me a moment to actually open this. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'll probably do a few more streams maybe. It won't be actually perfect, but hell. Also thanks a lot even for any kind of interaction that you might be doing even in this time. It kind of helps me to actually try to, well, it helps me to actually improve some of my social skills in some way, but you can already see that I was not that social in real life. Okay, either way, thanks for listening and staying. You can now move on to something else. So yeah, thanks for watching, and that's it for now, and bye.